Okay, ladies and gentlemen, actually going into the correct lobby now. We're going here into the champion select screen. Let's see who they decide to ban. This is the finals. It is a best of one. So whoever wins this wins the whole tournament. I want to say thank you to everyone that came to hang out on the stream today. It is always nice to be here on a Saturday night, hang out with a bunch of you guys, watch some Dominion, talk about some stuff. This is always the highlight of my week. Casting's a lot of work. It doesn't sound like it is, but when you go and do as much talking as a commentator does, it's tiring, but it's so much fun. Then if you're making overlays and stuff, it takes up your whole day, but you're making something cool, and at the end of the day, you get to show it off on the stream. And then Daku Kori gets to tell you that your overlays suck because you didn't have them shaped right. And it's like, damn, I'm a scrub lord, and he called me out on it. And it feels bad for a second, but at the same time, it's kind of funny. Awesome. You all are real cool people. Let's talk about bans. Zyra, Wukong, Urgot, Janna, Leona, and LeBlanc. Zyra, great area control, good damage. Not much else to say about her than that. Wukong, solid initiation, does damage. Urgot, I can't put into words how awful he is to play against. Urgot is able to, he's a little bit more durable than other ADCs, dishes out a lot of hurt, and the Seeker shots are just nasty. Janna, highly disruptive and mobile. Leona, highly durable and disruptive. And LeBlanc. LeBlanc is good at purging people clean from the face of the map, plus she has some crowd control on top of that. It's good times. And then we were seeing Maokai be picked up, which is good because that means Zounds doesn't get it. If you're playing against Zounds, pick Maokai or ban Maokai. Alternatively, if you're playing against Mad Supportal, who's also known as Zemike, either ban Lulu or pick Lulu. In this case, they've taken Maokai away from Zounds, who's on the opposite team, and Zounds has taken away Lulu from Zemike, who's on the other team. Ooh. Are we going to be able to see Mad Supportal Morgana? Oh, that's always refreshing. I really like watching that. There are only a couple great Morg players, and Mike is a good player. I'm kidding, Mike. You're solid. I just really wanted to make that joke. But Black Shield is very powerful. It's one of those things that's really subtle but can be a major game changer. And let's talk about Mao again. Mao, durable and will waste all of your time. He just keeps living, and by the time you get him down to half health, his teammates have shown up. Just durable and delay, which is one of the most important things you can have in League of Legends Dominion. You want to waste your enemy's time as much as possible to do as much damage to their Nexus as you can. And Maokai excels at it in a way that not many other characters do. Lulu, in a similar manner, she's disruptive and delays. A character that is mobile, has a lot of disruption capability, can waste a lot of time. If you can get to her, you can kill her. But her kite and polymorph abilities make it difficult for that to happen. As such, she can waste a lot of time. And that's an important thing. Those are two characters that are both very good at it in different ways. And that's why they're both solid picks. Lulu has had some adjustments over time, but still, solid. That's one of the reasons why Janna is banned likely, because Janna is also a character that, well, arguably it could also be because Zemike, aka Mad Support, is a great Janna player as well as a Lulu player. So it keeps Janna out of Mike hands, but Janna also is a character that is disruptive and can delay and can waste a lot of time. Looking at Pantheon. Pantheon, he excels in the first half of the game. He can do a whole lot of damage. He's disruptive, and he's solid in late game. I'd say his early game is better than his late game, but he's good all game long. And bringing a stun and that map gap closer to the table is usually an asset to the team. Jinx is an AD carry that can interrupt a lot of people. She has some solid medium and extra long range ability to disrupt people. She can be a nuisance to try to cap 1v1 against, and she dishes out the hurt as well. Ziggs. He has excellent zoning ability, does a lot of damage. I'd say his damage isn't outright as ridiculous as someone like Malzahar or Brand, unless he's employing his bomb, his ultimate, in the process. Because the mines don't do as much. But he can put out a lot of hurt if you get hit by his stuff. But I would say his zoning ability is far more powerful than his damage output, even though his damage output is definitely not to be ignored. Looking over at Mundo and Jarvan and Zounds Mundo. Mundo's a character that we've never seen too much. There have only been a couple of players that have played him a lot in competitive, and they've done a good job on him. Mundo can soak a lot of damage, and he can waste a lot of time. Also, he can just keep chasing and just chip away at people. He's not going to outright murder something, but with the amount of time that he stays alive, constantly doing damage to a target, he comes out on top more often than not. And disruption ability, he's just going to chuck cleavers and be fat. Just hit point fat. He has a gross amount of hit points. And I feel like sometimes his health bar needs to extend longer than normal people's. Same goes for Alistar and Maokai. Because after a while, you can't see how small those notches get. Jarvan the Fourth. Jarvan, durable, disruptive, and does damage. He can't delay. He can delay for an extended period of time, not quite as much as a Maokai or a Lulu or a Janna can, but he can delay for a long period of time if he builds real tanky. But he usually builds like half tanky and half I can kill people because I'm the freaking Emperor. Something to keep in mind. Disruptive, durable, and does damage. Nice. All these D words are important. Durability, damage, disruption, delay. Things you always need to keep in mind. Over on the other side, we saw Darius and Morgana. Morgana. She has some delay ability. She does some damage. Black Shield is really freaking powerful. It's subtle. It sneaks by most people. But holy cow, that can really turn a fight on a small scale or large scale if you stop the right ability with it. And Mike's good at that. Hopefully we see that deployed well, because I really want there to be a nice clean example for me to show to you guys during the game. She has a stare, and she has good area control as well. Maybe not quite to the degree that a Mao or Brand, or not a Malz or a Brand would have, but she has AoE ability. And really, Ziggs has way more AoE, like zoning potential than Morg does. But Morg gets really that snare and that black shield. I almost dare say that her damage kind of comes secondary to her a little bit, because the slow damage from Tormented Soil and the sort of delayed payoff of Shoal Shackles. But, you know, that's a debate I don't really want to get into too much. Darius. Durable and damage. He is very vulnerable to kiting. I do not like that pick at all. Not in the slightest. Because there's a Mundo and a Lulu on the other team. He's Darius, and Darius is extremely susceptible to kiting. And I don't think he's going to be able to perform well as a result. That sounds harsh to say, but just looking at that lineup, what's he going to do? He'll be great at finishing off a Mundo or a Lulu, because he gets through all that damage, he gets through all that damage resistance that they have, and just cleaves off that health. Great at finishing him off, but it's difficult sometimes to do that. Like, if he can close into the fight, he'll be fine. But you get him 1v1 against a whatever, like a blah, 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 blah. If he's basically in a face-off situation on a point against a Mundo or a Lulu, he's going to have trouble. Now, if he gets to if he builds tanky, if he goes like the tanky sort of Darius, right, where he can really soak that damage and then just go in there and chop off Pantheon's head, great. Let Jinx do the damage. You know, as I'm talking, Practice Yellow is saying the same thing, okay? He's just ahead of me because he competes more than I do. And dare say he knows the game better than I do, too. Yeah, if he builds sort of a tankier Darius, goes in, soaks that damage, chops off Pantheon's head, his team will be in a great position. And while they're putting their hurt on Darius, as Practice Yellow says here, Jinx is going to be able to kill everyone. Hopefully. Yeah, that's kind of the idea here. But things don't always go the way you want them to. And I just worry about Darius versus really kite-capable champions like that. Yeah, Darius can be fine. But was he the best pick? The results of this game may decide. Let's go ahead and get these team names changed up here. On the left-hand side, we have Mike Z, Astronaut for Hire. And over on the right-hand side, we have OG Squad. Okay. Let's see, there we go. Alright, let's go ahead and introduce these teams because I didn't do that yet. Over on the left-hand side, on Mike Z Astronaut for Hire's team, we have Forgot the Icing playing as Darius, the God himself playing as Jinx, Snide Sentinel playing as Ziggs, Mad Supportal playing as Morgana, and Rage playing as Maokai. On the right-hand side of the map, over on OG Squad's team, we have Zounds playing as Dr. Mundo, Hakubro playing as Pantheon, Alaric Ventress playing as Lulu, High Peoples playing as Jarvan IV, and Sauron playing as Syndra. I am one out of one of your commentators. I am Gandair, and I'm casting all by myself with chat assistance from people like Practice Yellow and Devil Joe and other people that show up in the chat. Thank you all for coming out and watching today. It's very nice to be able to cast and bring this tournament to you. If you've missed the first two games of the tournament, they were great. You will be able to find them and the rest of the VODs from this tournament at youtube.com/VatoClan. They will be posted by the end of the day Monday. They could show up before then, but my deadline is they will always be up by the end of Monday. You'll be able to catch them there. If you want to follow me and my media, twitter.com/VatoClan, at VatoClan on Twitter. And you'll be able to keep up with me and my media. I'll let you know when things are going on. I'll let you know when I stream or when one of my teammates streams, things like that. The VatoClan Twitter is all the VatoClan guys. We all can tweet on it. Usually it's just me, but if you see something that's not by me, well, that's why we talk in the third person on it. If you like these guys, EVG, thank you for putting on this tournament. Giving me something to do on a Saturday night. Giving us an excuse to hang out and do some video games together, watch some video games, play some video games, record some video games, and whatnot. It's been nice to do this. Hopefully, we can do some more of these, but I hear they may be changing it to a Wednesday, in which case I'm not going to be able to cast, probably. Because Wednesday is an awful game to try, or is an awful day to try to make it. Because I always work Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and I only take them off when absolutely necessary, and I can't afford to drop that every single week. Because I like dollars, and I need to pay off the money I borrowed to buy the computer I'm getting. But if other people want to cast, it looks like they might start doing this on Wednesdays. Go talk to Zultra and tell Zultra to tell you which admin to talk to. And you can figure it out. Because I like watching Dominion, even if I'm not the one doing it. I will go watch VODs, so if you want a chance to do that, guys. Wednesdays, it looks like it might be moved to. And I'll try to get out to that sometimes, you know, here and there if I can, or if it starts late enough in the day and I work an AM shift, I might be able to come by, but it's something I can't regularly immediately say yes to. Also, I want to get into commentating and casting in a higher resolution frame rate. That's what buying all of my new hardware is going to go to trying to do, because I'm trying to record. Let's be simple. I want to do 2160p. I want to do 4K. I don't even know if that's possible for me to be able to record in that resolution. I know it's probably impossible for me to, record in that resolution and then stream out in another one, because it's going to take two different recording programs, which, I mean, I have two, but I don't know if the processor load, and there's a lot of weird technical issues that I don't think are going to work out. But I want to be able to do VODs in 2160p. But getting 2160p at 60 FPS is a daunting freaking task. But maybe if we throw enough Titans and DDR4 RAM at it, we'll be fine. Maybe if I throw an 8-core processor with hyper-threading at it. And if it doesn't work, then I just have an amazing computer and owe my friends so much money. So we'll see if we get... There was a disconnect earlier. And let's see if we get things sorted out here. There we go. Alright. Items are being purchased. Get everything going. I would like to point out that our players are being shitlords in the chat. In the in-game chat. I just would like to mention that. Because people are having connection issues, possibly with air quotes. But that's okay. We got some time to fill here. Some of the items have been bought. It looks like everything's going to be sort of a standard opener here. Boots, prospectors, items, potions. Nothing looks too out of the ordinary. Still yet to be seen whether or not Maokai is going to go for a Catalyst first opening. We have an idea of who's going down to the bottom lane. Looks like it may be Ziggs going down there. And over on the other side, looks like it's going to be Sauron. That's supposed to be Sauron. Sauron usually plays bottom lane, but sometimes he plays other positions as well. He's a he's a person that can, you know, play top lane or bottom lane, but he seems to excel on the bottom lane matchups and does a lot of good down there. We didn't get to talk about Syndra too much while we were, you know, filling time here. Syndra, powerful character, has a stun. She is very vulnerable to ganks, like so vulnerable to ganks. If you are able to get down there and kill her consistently and quickly, it will do good things for your team and bad things for Syndra's team. That's what's up with that. That's a precise technical phrase, but I hope you understand. Syndra, though, in a 1v1 situation, yeah, she gets enough balls out, and she can just toss them all on someone. Bad things happen to them. She has a stun, which has pretty long range. She just does a lot. Never play a Malzahar against a Syndra because she will just throw your own dog at you repeatedly. We don't have to worry about that in this game, but that's just a thing that, yeah, I want to point out because we got to see that once in the tournament, and it was hilarious, but not for the Malzahar player. I think that Malzahar player had a bad day when that occurred. So that's how Syndra plays out. Her damage is very high, very vulnerable to ganks. Bottom lane position is one of the better places to play her. Yeah, you can play her up top, but she doesn't have the strong zoning potential that someone like a Brand has. I reference Brand a lot. That's because Brand, Pillar, he can throw down pretty often. Seer has a pretty short cooldown, so he can kind of consistently throw these things out and keep people away. You know, Malzahar is another one where he just constantly throw down AoEs. And Syndra doesn't zone quite as hard as those two characters do. I think they're the best examples of it. There we go. There's that reconnect from the god himself. He's getting back now. Those computer restarts, man. Those computer restarts. But hey, that's why we have Paul's rules. That's why we play on Tournament Draft. Because that way, if you do get disconnected, it doesn't completely destroy you. Hey, Romantic Jaguar! What is up, sir? Thanks for coming by the chat today. So let's take a look. What is that opening item going to be for Maokai? We didn't sit and talk about it for a moment. Looks like he's going to go Blasting Wand. Ruby Crystal. I don't even know what that does. Not even a little bit. What is this Ziggs? What is he, like, Technomage Ziggs? He's throwing out, like, Final Fantasy Tactics Death Crystals? He's, like, some sort of sorcerer now? I don't understand Ziggs. He's short and a spammy little git that I wish just wasn't in this game. I don't like playing against him. I guess that means he's a good champion. Blasting Wand, and Ruby goes to Rod of Ages? Oh, that's right, because the Ruby upgrades to the other thing. So Ruby upgrades to other thing, and then the Wand and the Tome are still in there?
Red team has captured the drill. Blue team has captured the quarry. Blue team has captured the refinery.
Alrighty. Throw the sapling. Or it could go into Catalyst also. Alright. Oh, it's Catalyst for... Okay, I was thinking Riley's. Whatever. I was completely wrong there, but... Let's continue. Hakabro gets exhausted. Fight in full effect. A lot of messy DPS going every direction. 2 people thinned out. Oh, man, that lead on Zounds. Oh. High Peoples is going to die. Got himself, gets that speed boost, runs in for Zounds. Gets him with the zap. Not quite enough damage to put him down, though. It's because he had that health potion chugging, and it kept him alive there. And Jinx is dead. Oh, the cleaver hit Morgan in the face. Oh, I'm so sorry. Your beautiful face. Oh, really? Really? That was the rudest thing I've seen all tournament. Did you see that? Did you see how rude that was? Lulu flashes over to kill Morgana. Now your flash is on cooldown. You already had the point. There was no reason to do that. Alar Adventurous, you're a jerk. Okay. Let's look at the middle of the map. This is where both teams will be hanging out at. Mundo checking with the cleaver. Oh, there. Hi. It's Rage. Goes in on Zounds. Puts the hurt on him. Zounds pops the ult. Oh, no! That airborne kept Darius from being able to get any more hits in on him. Alar Adventurous Lulu there. Good job. Good job. Went up to the top part of the map. Now, if I'm quiet for little pauses, that is me staring at the screen, kind of evaluating things, instead of just blindly talking to fill time. That's usually why you have a 2-commentator role, is because while one person is doing that looking to pick out things to say, the other person is doing the general commentary. Peoples goes in. There we go. Darius gets the dunk off on him. Zounds goes down as well. Nice Death Star going with everyone crowded up around Maokai. Dunk Darius once again. Taking down Pantheon. And Lulu is... Oh, there's a flash there. And a Twisted Advance. Is Lulu actually going to get dropped? Yep. Lulu has transformed into a hat. Look at that Darius recall animation. Oh, he's back to the platform. Dunk Master Darius. That's one thing that Riot does right. I mean, they get a lot of flack, but they perpetuate some of these jokes. And they found a way to monetize those jokes by making skins, and it's awesome. It is such a good skin. It's so silly, but everyone loves it. They did an awesome job. Riot's art department is just outstanding. Rage gets tapped in the back there. Gets that cleaver. Shots literally popping off because she fires them from a champagne bottle. I wonder what kind of champagne bottle that is. Is that like straight up champagne, or is that like Remy Martin? Oh, Zounds! 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 He escaped. Okay. Popple's hanging out down there. Alar Adventurous. There's a 4v2. Oh, Mundo's doing the... He's doing that that dirty over here. Looks like Mike's aware of it and heading off in that direction to disrupt him. He will get there in time. Boom. Got him. Let's see if he picks up the KB or not. And he does! Oh, spell immune! Okay. Meanwhile, on this side of the map, explosion of gore. Hakubro, yeah, got himself coming in on the side. Nice exhaust on him. Good support from Lulu there. And things are going okay for Alar Adventurous. Mad Support arriving as backup. They're able to take out Hakubro. It's still a 2v2 situation. Zounds lands a cleaver. Lulu has plenty of mana. And I think they're going to be in okay shape over there. That's spell immune. Oh, man. Every time I see that, I want you to think about this. Every time Spell Immune comes up, that's Black Shield working its magic. Or anti-magic, as it were. Based off the way that the ability works. Okay, Jinx. Get creative up here. Got him. Popping off shots. Boom. Boom. I love the crisp sound effect from that rocket launcher. It's a very satisfying sound effect when it lands. That is one of the ones in the game that I think is particularly good. Whoever came up with that sound effect, whoever that person is, excellent job. Whoopsies! Pantheon is in the grave. Peoples with a nice airborne, good Cataclysm flash out, but all he's doing is wasting time. They don't really have the damage to capitalize on that at the moment. Peoples is wasting more time, He can't waste any more time now that he's dead, unfortunately. So Peoples doing the delay over there. Wants to defend the point by disrupting them for as much time as he can. It looks like he was successful. Meanwhile, Snide Sentinel might get bought by a minion. Is he going to recall in time? Snide. Why on earth did you do that, Snide? Okay, let's forget that happened, because I'm sure he doesn't want to remember. Lark Ventress down here doing the cap at the bottom. We got a 3-man going on in this area of the map. They have Maokai up at the top. Looks like he's going to actually recall down, which is going to leave the top vulnerable if they go up in that direction. Peoples and Zoun's doing a good job of zoning for Alaric. Nice play on them. Getting mixed up. Oh, the minions are going to push it over. They secure the objective. They're going to get that damage bonus. They're going to get that Nexus health damage bonus on top of it also. Forgot the Ison getting beaten up. Pantheon coming down. Full fight on. Both teams in the bottom part of the map. But they have the advantage over on OG Squad's side. I really want someone to make a gif of that just happened with Snide Sentinel and put the caption high level play over it, because it's really sad that happened. He had the perfect opportunity to recall and get away just fine, but Snide Sentinel made a grievous error, and that is not a good thing. Let's take a look over here. Keep our eyes on the prize, as it were. Got the icing and Darius getting a little slap fight. Ooh, there we go. Burn the ult on Darius. Look at this. They trigger the ult and they walk away. It's half for positioning and it's half because, well, his ult's up. Good snare. Ooh, good zone. Look at the zoning. High Peoples goes through it with the dash. Drops down the Cataclysm. Look at all this terrain that gets spawned, all this disruption here. He opens it up. Pretty handy. And we have Jinx on her way back. She pressed the revive button. Peoples is going for a recall in return. Pantheon's in a bad spot. That spot being the summoner platform. Hanging out up at the top. Pretty even game so far. 60-point difference. All right. Plenty of game to go. 9 minutes in. Ziggs is doing this over here. Uh-oh. Peoples with a Storm Shield on Jarvan. Does not have Cataclysm available. What are they going for here? What's the play? Oh dear, Darius. Darius, I'm terrified for you. Darius is sectioned back away from the team. He's being waylaid by Mundo. He's struggling to get through. He does manage to peel Alaric Ventress off. But will that help them? The point doesn't go neutral quite yet. Oh dear, just barely stopped short. Big mix-up. Exhaust on God himself, which is a prime exhaust target.
75% health.
Point neutralized by minions. Morg. Alright, Mike. What do you got? Nothing. In that particular instance, Mad Supportal realizes he has nothing, does not risk his own life, and backs off and waits for his team. Smart move there, Mike. Good job. Please teach everyone else to not try to 1v3 like that. That was a smart play. Don't go for that 1v3. Don't do it. And if we look in the bottom lane, Sauron is just fine. Down here, let's compare the two of them. Each one has 2 deaths. I said Sauron is just fine. Darius is going to make me eat my words with a side of coleslaw in a second, and I'm really sad about that. Dunk, Darius, dunk. Jump, Darius, jump. Well, Sauron's Facebook status has suddenly changed to not fine. I don't know if you're following him. I said that the exact second Practice Yellow posted that in the chat. So that timing was disturbing. There's this running theme over the years where I go down to check on Sauron and he dies within 20 seconds. Oh, Super Mega Death Rocket lands. Wait, excuse me. Super Mega Death Rocket has a has an exclamation point. Yeah, Super Mega Death Rocket. I forgot all of her abilities have an exclamation mark, so I have to remember to properly enunciate that punctuation. They're getting the bottom point back. Nexus health still within 50. People are recalling. Map position is being recovered. Got a push going on up at the top. Peoples is there. There's no one to stop Mad Supportal. Neutral's going to happen. And he's going to leave it neutral and then go and contribute to the fight now that the defender's advantage has been dispelled. Bad things are about to happen to Jinx. Let's watch. She takes a cleaver to the back. This point's getting captured from two sides. Oh, Hakubro. Hakubro had it. He wanted it. He wanted it so hard. He got so close to putting that in Jinx and it just didn't happen. He chickened out at the last second. Now Lark Venture's going to be able to escape because Lulu things, bomb point is under their control. It looks like Sauron's actually going to try to hold on to it for a little bit. Sauron does not want to overcommit to this. He probably won't, but I shouldn't speak for him. And he just wants to delay and waste time. He wants to waste time, waste time, waste time. Unfortunately, he got a little bit too close to the sun and was killed by Snide's Sentinel. He could have lived there. Could have lived. Top part of the map, Alar Adventure's going to get control of this. Thankfully for them, with the amount of people that were dedicated to the bottom lane, they were able to get the top part of the map, so that death is relatively inconsequential, even though it could have been avoided. That is actually a case of, it's fine. Because there are places in Dominion in which it's okay to die. If you die, and the other points are under control, and your death wastes 3 people's time, you know, maybe that death was worth it. And in this case, it looks like it was. That is a big difference in Dominion to the laning maps. Because on the laning maps, on Tree Line and on Summoner's Rift, deaths are really bad. But over here, if you die delaying 3 people, and you buy yourself all that time, time is Nexus health damage. And you want to get as much of it as possible, which means you want to expend the other team's time. And if you can do it in an efficient ratio, whoa! Ziggs dropping it on them. And they're just going to sweep on through. Big mix-up. Snide Sentinel able to drop some fat damage into the fight. Turns that right around. Game evened up real handily now at 245, 254. And Sauron in the bottom lane he's doing okay. 3 deaths on one side. It's a little bit inverted, one versus the other. But for the most part, these are pretty samey down here. Although I feel like it's gone... No, both teams have had some neutrals happen. Oh dear. Dr. Mundo is no longer the doctor, but the patient. Cataclysm through to Mad Supportal. Putting the damage in on Morgana. Not able to put her down, he's able to get distance away and start contributing to the fight once again. Mad Supportal has plenty of mana. Oh, what? What? 14 health? Okay, Rage picked it up. He barely got out of that tormented soil. And Morgana ceases to be. Darius, I don't think he can dunk his way out of this paper bag because it's not actually a paper bag, it's a lead safe. Is Rage going to be able to get away? Boom. There's that Dark Binding. Okay. Morgana able to help her teammate. That's good. Helping. We like helping. Man, these have been great games. Having a nice time watching these so far. A little bit of downtime here. Both teams sort of recovering from that last exchange. Nexus health quite even. very been a slow game so far, taking everything in baby steps. Little baby steps, little tiny feet moving across the floor. Sounds taking a bite out of Dr. Mundo. Nice, and they actually secure that kill. That hurts. They have a revive in the pocket. Zounds used it. He's on his way back, but it is a setback for them, and it's going to cost them a neutral up here. People's in with the Cataclysm, boxing everybody in. Mord tries to pop the ult, but looks like she got interrupted by the airborne there. Can't quite tell because there was a big mess in the middle of the screen. Double kill there. Triple kill for Pantheon. Hakubro doing some work. They're going to turn this point right back around. A lot of neutrals, a lot of trades. Ziggs is all the way back over here. Sauron has his ult available. Ziggs doesn't. If they get into a fight, Sauron's probably going to win. If Darius gets into a fight, why is it when I look at Sauron, bad crap happens to him? Needs a little bit more AA before he can dunk him. Is the dot's going to kill him? Is the dot going to kill him? No, Ziggs managed to take him down. How come every time I look at you, Sauron, you die? Maybe I shouldn't look at you. I'm jinxing Sauron so hard. And that's supposed to be the god himself's job. Look at that puns of damage I just made. Flame Chompers! You have to say them with the emphasis because of the exclamation mark. Woo! That dodge. But had the Black Shield on there preemptively, just in case. Black Shield, really good against Lulu. It's a great counter pick. Mad Sportal plays Lulu, so he knows what to do to counter it. Pick the Morgana. Worked out okay so far. There's still plenty of game to go. Jarvan gets swept away. Zounds has popped the ult. He's in full retreat right now. This fight being picked here defends the Windmill. Windmill is still defended. They're not in a position to push on it yet. But can they waste enough time? Pantheon, not in the fight. Pantheon's got the Grand Skyfall. He's dropping in somewhere else. He's dropping down in the bottom part of the map to take out Ziggs. So they're trading the top point for the bottom, it looks like. Ooh, look at that. Oopsies! Did you just blow Soul Shackles for that? Rude! Alright. Bottom part of the map. This was able to be neutral. Pantheon dropped the Grand Skyfall down in the bottom lane. Gets banished back to the platform. Oh, it stops just short. Look how close that was to that interrupt. So close to getting that interrupt. We'll see how this goes down here in this part of the map. Mad Sapolo versus the world. There we go. He manages to get away. He is okay. Mundo coming in the back. Action down the bottom. Sauron is stopping time. Whoa, interrupted by the Super Mega Death Rocket, it looked like. No, it wasn't the Mega Death Rocket. What was that? I saw a graphic, like an explosion graphic at the last second. Was it Ziggs' bomb? Yes, it was. Okay. It was Mega Inferno Bomb. There we go. That's the Super Mega Death Rocket. TG Popples is being unleashed upon. Drops in the Cataclysm. Traps himself in his own volcano. Bottom point still under their control. They're recovering that Nexus health deficit that they gained for a little while there. Bottom part of the map. And Lark Ventures zoning people away from Sauron. They're going to be able to get the bottom point back just fine. Top is under their control. What's going to happen? Snide Sentinel's in a weird position. Snide, bad things. Badthings.jpg. Dude, it's a Yordle sandwich! There's something crunchy in it. Never mind. Who puts Jawbreakers in a sandwich? Supportal, though, saw that his teammate was in peril, came down to babysit the tower until he comes back. Good move. If you see that your bottom lane person is about to get dunked on, go babysit the bottom until they get back so the enemy team can't make that push. Good awareness from Zamite. Peoples is going one versus the world. His backup's a little slow there. Haku, bro, where are you? Your teammate was in peril, and then you got zoned out by Flame Chompers on top of that. Unfortunate. I feel like High Peoples got sold out a little bit there. Get back here, Zounds! Man, there we go. Darius with that dunk on him. Yeah, potato chips adds a little bit of crunch to a sandwich, Devil Joe. You're right. And there's the interrupt on the tower. Neutral now. Darius has his Noxian Guillotine available. They get him and slam! There we go. Taking Pantheon down. What the ballsiest recall ever? Oh no. Is he going to do it again? Is he going to... Nope. J4 got him. There we go. Matt's portal. Nope. Couldn't quite be saved by that Mooglets, but it was a nice try. You have it. You might as well use it. Sauron with the muscle over... Oh no. Where's that rocket going? Where's that rocket going? Nope. Panthy. Oh no! Dude, Hakubro wanted Snide Sentinel so bad and didn't get it. Okay. Maybe he did get it. Look, your card didn't read when you tried to buy him at first. We had to swipe it again. Oh dear. Noxian Guillotine's up. Black Shield is up. And there we go. Hakubro going down. Let's take a look at this side now. Rage is putting in the work. 2-on-2. Neutral point. They can't get the Sauron. Looks like they're going to back off. Yeah, they're dropping the snare. Dropping the slow. And they are in a fighting retreat. Down here at the bottom, we have Snide Sentinel. And oh dear, I just heard that Youmuu's get activated. He wants this fight. He wants the... People's... Oh, that is so freaking pretty. Dude, Riot's art team is so good. Love them. Alright, Zounds, we're getting Space Jam. Are we going to see that? No, it's on cooldown. Okay. Waiting for Darius to get up and slam. Uh-oh. Got him. Hold him back. Nice. Sick pickup. Oh, what? Got himself. You did not lead that at all. Like, oh no, it looks like he flashed there. Okay. I was going to say, like, what? You dropped that in a weird place. Shh, Rage, no spoilers. Shut up. I don't want to know. I mean, I guess we kind of know, but... Popple's going to get taken down here. And the game now is going to go over in the favor of Mike Z, Astronaut for Hire. Able to take it back from a very back-and-forth game at the end there. Really nice to commentate. And they are going to be your winners for the EVG Division Tournament number 3. And that's all we have for you today, folks. Very nice games. Good to hang out with everyone. Thank you all for coming out. We're going to get one last look at the screen here, folks. And take a look at some of this, this. I want to say, once again, thank you, everyone. The VODs will be up by Monday on youtube.com/VatoClan. If you want to know the status of the VODs, because I will tweet when the playlist gets made, follow at VatoClan on Twitter. And I will tweet once they are posted to the YouTube channel. If you like me and my media, I encourage you to check me out. I am on twitch.tv/Vato_Gandair is the caster's Twitch if you want to watch me do my own stuff and play my own video games and things. I play Dominion, I play some other games as well. And I also want to say, extra special shout out to Riot's art team, man, because I swear every time I come back from not playing for a couple weeks, there's always new cool skins and art. And, the art team, not just the drawn art, but the 3D models, the guys that do the spell effects, the people that do the sound, the sounds, I guess, art, but I guess you could say sound team. You guys all do a great job, and I'm really happy with the way that it's all evolved over the years. And thank you very much for coming out to watch. Thank you, EVG, for putting this on. And I will see you guys on another day. Thanks, Man Wolf Axe Boss. I'm glad you were able to stop by.